First, I think the only fair way to start is by telling you a little bit about myself and why I think I'm even remotely qualified to tell anyone or you anything about cannabis. I used to smoke weed for years during high school, after high school, but then decided to shed those childish ways and stop smoking and just fall headfirst into adulthood and my career. But not too long after I stopped that smoking, I went to my doctor for my anxiety that was now paralyzing. Now, at the time, I didn't realize the connection between quitting smoking pot and my anxiety. My doctor diagnosed me with generalized anxiety disorder, or GAD. And that's where my story takes a bit of a turn. At that appointment, my doctor prescribed me Klonopin. And boy, let me tell you, everyone, that magical benzodiazepine made me, within the first 10 minutes, the person I knew I could always be. And it was magical for about a year or so. But then, my anxiety started to get unmanageable again. The doses started to increase, and my anxiety would catch up to them. And then, my knees, which I had always struggled with, suddenly became unbearable. After tons of testing, doctors concluded I would need to have both my knees replaced because they were completely shot. But here's the thing. They insisted I wait until I was 50, and I was 27 at the time. That was it for me. The proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. I was a mess, everyone. I spent all of my time on the couch, paralyzed by my own anxiety and taking a pill, my benzo, that was forcing me deeper and deeper into the couch, along with the pain. 7 years I did this. Then, one day, my doctor told me during a routine monthly pain management appointment, they would no longer test for THC in my mandatory urine tests. And that was it. That was it. I busted through my dispensary like the Kool-Aid man. Now, at first, I had no clue what I was doing, and the bud tenders looked at me like I was a little slow and perhaps a tad difficult, because it was so overwhelming when you walk into that dispensary. But I kept going. I kept asking questions, and then something amazing happened. I lost 100 pounds. I also dropped my 20-year benzo addiction. My Klonopin was gone. I cut my insanely large-dosed opioids. I cut those opioids by a third. And I want you to keep in mind, I did this off vape cartridges alone. Then I introduced flower, and boom, I was back, and I knew I needed to get trained to help others. I attended the Trichome Institute and got trained and certified as a professional interpreter or cannabis sommelier. I worked one-on-one with clients, and through these interactions and time in the dispensaries, I realized not only are they selling it wrong, scientifically inaccurate, but even more shocking, people like me have no idea what they are purchasing or how to correctly purchase it, but more importantly, how much money they will be spending when they visit the dispensary. And if I were a betting person, there are some parts of my story that sound probably a little familiar. And if that's the case, I'm so excited you're here. And it's my hope that, like me, you find some answers in this magical plant.